Hey, welcome to Life with Colonel Lee. I'm Colonel Lee. Today we are out at Black Creek Lake, LBJ National Grasslands. So today we got a really cool surprise. This is a new shelter. I've had it for about a month now. I've used it a couple times, and today we're going to show you what it is. Alright, so here's the Haven tree tent packaged just the way it was shipped to me. So the orange bag is the insulated air pad, and strapped to the tree tent, which is in here, also includes the rain fly, the spreader poles, and comes with some ground stakes and some guidelines. Alright, let's get a pack size. Now, obviously you can break these down into two separate pieces if you wanted, but this is it all together. Alright, we have a pack length of 17 inches, and we are about 10 inches wide. Alright, let's weigh everything. So this is going to be everything: tags, all the little bungee straps, every little thing that it came with. I like to weigh it 2 times to see if we get the same weight. So I'm getting 7.76 pounds. Now, this is a luggage weigh thing, so how accurate is it? I'm not sure. It's pretty close. Alright, so we got 2 trees set up here. Well, we don't have them set up, we just found 2 trees. And anyway, we're gonna go from here, that tree, to that one over by the chair. We can see that? Okay. First thing we're going to do is undo these buckles, separate the air pad from the tree tent. So we're just going to set this to the side for now. So I have packed on top the 2 included tree straps. We're going to go ahead and get those set up real quick. So the rain fly is usually packaged separate. I kept mine attached to it and just kind of wadded and folded everything into the bag. And I got both of my buckles here right towards the top of the bag. So we do have a separate pole bag with the poles, and these are the spreader poles. So I was going to make the tent have shape. And then I was going to go ahead and show you, we have these 4 ground stakes, and we have extra little carabiner, and I believe there's going to be 4 guidelines here. So let's go ahead and put those back in. We're not going to use those for now. Okay, 2 spreader bars, 1 for each end. So there is a little pocket right here. On both sides there's extra material. Alright, so we're going to slip this right in that little pocket. And there's another one right here. And we're going to slip it in that way. Alright, there's one side. Now let's do the other. Alright, now we've got both spreader bars in. We're going to go ahead and inflate our insulated air pad. So there's a few different ways we can set this up and start blowing it up. But I'll just do it this way for now until we get a little bit more air, and then we'll put it in the tent. So the stuff sack is also a airbag pump. So you have extra material so you can get a lot of air in and inflate your air pad. So let's go ahead and start that. Okay, I got the air pad filled up to where I like it. So there are little corner pockets right there on all four corners, and you just tuck the air pad in those little corners. That holds the air pad in place. Okay, so there it is, pretty much fully set up here. Now, like I said, I had the tree straps about forehead height. Now my head end, so I designated this end to be my head end, and I want that one a little higher, so I'll put that about to the top of my head. That way my head's just a little bit elevated. If not, you kind of feel like your head's going downhill. Alright, so what I do is I just grab it all right here. Try to grab the air pad, both sides. If you just get in, the air pad kind of want to shift. And then when you lay down, you're kind of crooked a little bit. So you want to try to keep this air pad centered in here as much as you can. So what I do, I just grab it on both sides like that, tuck it right under my knees. I'm going to take my shoes off here. I went down quite a bit here. So as you get in, when you first set up, you can make adjustments if you need to. I think I will do that. I like it to be a little bit higher off the ground. And these straps are new and they're just kind of stretching a bit. So I'm going to make an adjustment now. So you're going to want to kind of make this as tight as possible when you stretch this out. So I think I've got mine maximized here. So I had to go to a different tree because my straps weren't matching up, so I had too much slack. So I went to another tree which is a little wider. So now I'm probably close to 18 feet here. So let's try this. So I just had to go up a little bit higher on the straps. That's a lot better. Sinking down, but not near as much. Now my knees are on here and my feet are touching the ground, so that's not too bad. I might be able to go just a little bit higher. Okay. So there are quite a few features with this Haven tree tent. So it is a hammock, but they're calling it a tree tent. You know, it does have the spreader poles and it does have that tent feel when you're inside here. Also, if you have trekking poles or tarp poles, you can use this on the ground if there are no trees where you're camping. So you can use it like a tent. So it's very versatile in that where you're able to string it up in the trees. And if you don't have trees, like I said, you can just put it on the ground like a tent. So it does have a full bug mesh, and you can zip it completely off or completely on, or you can just use one side and have one side closed. So this side here, I just flipped it over the top, just kind of get it out of the way. And then also with the rain fly, I just flipped this side over, and I'll show you different configurations on the rain fly. So there are 1, 2, 3, 3 pockets on both ends of this shelter, and one is for like a bottle of water. Another one is pretty good size. You could put many things in there, and then you have another convenient one to your side for cell phones and things like that. So you do get 2 gear loops here, and they do move. So if you want to attach something to the inside, a lantern or something, a light source, whatever, you can do that. So the rainfly does, the buckle fits through. There's a little cutout notch, and it's kind of a one-way attachment for the rainfly to the carabiners on both ends. So the rainfly does attach to the carabiners onto this tree tent. So that makes it pretty convenient. You don't have to string it, another string around the trees and all that kind of thing. So this is the Haven XL. So it's supposed to be 30 inches wide. And it is 30 inches wide. By 77 inches long. So there it is with the bug mesh zipped up. So it's pretty cool. So you, like I said, you can do either way on this tent, either side. So you can just leave one side closed up if you want, and designate one side for entryway. Or if you want more of a breeze, you can do that. So you can just wad this up, and there are little tie-off points you can tie this thing up. All right, let's show you storm mode with the rainfly. So there are little grommets and toggles on all 4 corners of the rainfly and the tent body. So your grommet is on the rainfly, your toggle is attached to the tree tent. Right there, you just put the toggle through the grommet. So you do this on all 4 sides, and now you're ready for storm mode. So unfortunately, the first time I set this tree tent up, I was just getting out, getting used to the tent, all the components. So when I put it in storm mode, you are able to get in without having to undo that toggle. You can just slip right in through here and get in and out of the tent. But if you want to keep, want to keep it completely storm mode, all the toggles, the 4 corners, like I said. But now then, there's supposed to be this piece here. See that little buckle? And then there is a bungee loop right here. Okay, so the buckles, they did sew it in there, but they forgot to tie it off. Tie the knot off on both of them. So the other side, when I went to pull on it, it came completely off right off the bat. This one is just about to come off. So I guess maybe they got in a little bit of hurry. So they, like I said, they stitched it in. They just didn't knot it off. So anyway, when you get in, then that's when you would take this loop and clip right here, and you just do that. That just keeps the center, the middle part, from flapping around too much in windy conditions, stormy conditions. Alright, so if you don't want to use storm mode on the rainfly, just undo the toggles through the grommets, and then you can get your guidelines that come with it. You get 4 of them. You can just hook hook it up to these loops right here on the corners of your rain fly, and then it comes with stakes and you can stake it out. And like I said, if you had trekking poles or if you had tarp poles, you can use the grommets and loft it up. So you could have it in this configuration here, or if you had it staked down to the ground, it would open it about like that. Also, there are 2 ventilation vents on both ends of the tree tent here. So the mesh goes up under quite a ways, and the flap just remains open on both ends. If you wanted to, you could store your shoes inside. On either end, you can just use the spreader bar. Just gotta wedge it in between there. And these big pockets on the end, you can put them there. So with the XL, I definitely have plenty of room width-wise. And like I said, it's 77 inches long, so there's plenty of length to this shelter. And it is very comfortable laying here on my back. You probably need a pillow, a backpacker's pillow or something. It doesn't have to be really thick. Just a small one will do just fine. And also laying on your side, no problem there either. You can even bring your knees up. It is very comfortable on the side. Some people sleep on their stomach in these things. I am not a stomach sleeper, so I am not even gonna do that. So this is a very cool shelter. I'm telling you, this is if you ever hammock camped before, and I don't know if you have the same issues as I've had with hammock camping, you can get very comfortable in a hammock. You get diagonal in your hammock and you can get very comfortable. But when you add the under quilt, your top quilt, and maybe any kind of layers of clothing that you're wearing, it starts getting real claustrophobic inside there. And it starts getting like everything starts trying to fall off of you and go underneath you. Everything's caving in around you. That's kind of what it feels like when I hammock camp. Now when I take a nap in just a regular old hammock, just string up a hammock with no under quilt or no top quilt or anything like that, I'm just fine that way. But this Haven tree tent allows you, I mean, exactly what the name says, tree tent. So basically you're getting the comfort of a hammock and you're getting the room of a tent, and you're suspended off the ground like a hammock. And like I said, if you don't have any trees where you're camping, you can always set this up on the ground and set it up like a tent. So that is pretty cool. So with this setup, if you get the insulated air pad, you don't have to worry about an under quilt. And the only thing you need to add to this setup, the way I have it set up right here, right now, is just, like I said, a small backpacker's pillow and a top quilt. Now with the Rainfly being able to go into storm mode, like you saw, it really closes off the air. I mean, you still get fresh air coming in, but you're not getting the breeze or whatever. So you can really seal out air, cold air. So in the winter camping in this, you can definitely stay a lot warmer. And I don't think you're going to need such a rural beefy top quilt either. Man, what do you think about this Haven tree tent? This is pretty cool. I'm excited to use this. I have used it a couple times so far, but I haven't really got to, I don't know, go out in the wilderness type of thing with it yet. So today we're just taking a look at it. So here in the near future, we're going to be backpacking with this. It does weigh, it says, about 7 pounds. I think we can probably get it down to about 6 pounds. You know, I kept all the labels and all the little straps and little gadgets and everything. A lot of that stuff you don't really need, like the tent stakes and the guy lines. I don't think I'm going to use those, especially for winter camping, because I'm mainly going to have the rainfly in storm mode, and I'm just going to have it kicked over like it is right now. Anyway, let me know what you think about this Haven XL tree tent. Thanks for tuning in.